Two Can Play That Game is proudly sponsored by NiceGameShop.com, the place to go for rare and unusual Asian games. Hi, so normally I would do a review of a game, or I might even do a first impressions of a game. But this game is a bit different. This is Seventh Continent by Serious Pulp, and this is a seriously big game. Now, I've played it more than I feel saying I'm going to do a first impressions video would warrant, but I've not played it enough that I feel to warrant classing I've done a review. Because although I've played it for like 20 odd hours, I've still not actually managed to finish the first quest. So I don't feel this can be a proper review. But this is going to be completely spoiler free. I'm not going to show you anything from the game. All you're going to see is me talking in this video. So if you don't want that, just turn off now. But all I'm going to do is tell you my thoughts on this game. Well, I'm going to tell you a bit about what it is as well. So this is a survival adventure game, survival exploration, not adventure. Let's be clear on that. This is about exploring, and it's a card-based exploration system that is absolutely phenomenal, but at the same time, I don't like it. It's very much weird in that way. You see, what's phenomenal about this, the sheer scope of it, the size of the world, how open the world is. You can go absolutely anywhere and do almost anything. But at the same time, that's one of the problems I have with it. It's so easy to get sidetracked and to go off in the wrong direction and then, oh whoops, I got distracted, I haven't managed to complete the quest and I'm dead. And that brings me to my other big issue with this otherwise fantastic game. It needs some sort of save point mechanic. You'll play for hours and hours and hours, not in a single session, because you can save your gameplay. It does have that. But if you die, you restart from the beginning. And it needs some kind of save point mechanic with regards to being able to just restart from different points in the game almost, wherever you went wrong in the game. And that's what this kind of needs. For my mind, because I played a game for a long time and then died, and then I played it again, and a lot of it was like, well, I've been here, I've seen this, it's boring. And that's one of the problems with this, because you see a lot of the continent just in that first curse, and you're going to see that continent, although there's more you can delve into on other curses as well, and so that's a problem. But this game is so good. Like, the graphic design and how that integrates into the mechanics of this game is fantastic, and I love it. I do love the way the game works, the artwork, don't get me wrong, but I love how that then integrates into the mechanics. I love Unlock, and this takes Unlock and makes it an epic scale thing. Because you have the whole hidden numbers that you've got to find. You have the whole little quest puzzles between the cards. Like, you've got Spot the Difference and all sorts of different puzzles that you're going to solve in this game. And I think that's fantastic. And I think how the artwork connects with regards to the fact that you've got hidden numbers, and then you've got other things on the artwork that will trigger based on things you learn. But you don't know they're going to trigger until you've learnt them in game. And I think that is absolutely phenomenal. There's stuff there, like footprints mean there's food nearby. You know, little things like that built into the artwork make this phenomenal from the exploration point of view. But the way the exploration works is randomized events, which means over the course of games, you're going to be playing the same events and you're going to know a bit about what happens. And that's a big part of the problem with this game, the repetition. So the pacing of this game is wrong for me, because I don't like long games. And the pacing of this, because you don't have a lot of story. This is not a story-driven game. Anyone who says this is about story is wrong. This is about survival and exploration. Now, you as players may generate story yourselves while playing this. Be like, oh, do you remember the time that you fell down a hole, or you failed to climb a cliff, or you got attacked by a bear, or whatever. You might create that story. The game does not. The game will have randomized events a lot of the time, and then actual map cards that are specified. There are some specific events that are going to happen in specific places as well, but a lot of it is randomized. And then once you know where to go to get certain things, it can be quite quick, quite boring. And the pacing of this is very, right, turn over a card, what happens now? Especially playing on solo. You know, it's much better with other people and you can have that kind of dialogue. But the game doesn't really give you much in the way of story. You have a clue card, and occasionally you might find something that connects to that. Occasionally. And you'll go long periods without finding absolutely anything. And by long periods, I mean like an hour's play or more, which could be just resolving 4 or 5 new cards as you travel around. But this isn't a bad thing. It's not a bad game. It just didn't work for me. I think the game itself, is a phenomenal thing. I think it's so well done. I love the scale of it. I love the epicness of it. I just wish there was story. That's what it comes down to me. For me, if there was enough story there, if it was like, and now we further the story, and now we further the story, but you can play for hours on end and just feel like you're just wandering around on this continent. Because largely that's what you're doing. You are exploring. This is a game of exploration. And you're just trying not to die while you do that. So, yeah, that's kind of my rant on Seventh Continent. I'd love to hear if you have similar thoughts, that it does grow old, that it does go a bit too slow, a bit too samey over the course of the game. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. If you have any specific questions, let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching, and bye for now.